Hey, what's going on YouTube channel? Stars down again. Go hard, go home. Y'all know the deal. Gonna be doing a critique today. Got the red pill trick daddy here. He's gonna school some blue pill brothers, people I guess, on how to break their blue pill conditioning step by step. So that sounds like something that I would tell people. So, normally I have but most of my videos I disagree with this guy. So I'm gonna see if today I can agree with some of the things that he's saying. So before we get into this though, y'all know the deal. Hit the subscribe button for me. Don't want no money, no cash apps, don't want donations, don't need that stuff. Just want subscribers. That's what's gonna keep me interested. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna see what he's gonna tell the blue pill guys today. And of course I'm gonna comment along the way. But how to break the blue pill conditioning? Let's see what's going down.
You to build with, maybe to validate you as some sort of player or PUA. This is a miserable existence. This is sucker for love ninjas, right? Your mission is to find a woman that completes you, to build with, maybe to validate you.
Okay, he called them sucker for love guys, I guess. So I guess if you blue pill, you sucker for love. So let's go.
You as some sort of player or PUA. This is a miserable existence. This is nothing but blue pill functioning as somewhat as masculinity, and none of those things are masculine. Now, taking care of a woman, providing for them, taking care of your children, very masculine. That right there is masculine. There's not much things that you can put as masculine than that. However, you got to find the right person that is willing to be protected, willing to have your children, and willing to be under your support and guidance. Because if you're out here talking about equal partnership, that's some blue pill shit. All right, if you're out here letting women lead you and buy you a couple pair of Jordans and a North Face jacket, and you think you're winning, that's not winning. If you think picking up women on a routinely basis, creating 304s is masculine, I don't know what to tell you. Okay.
Okay. Now, and this is the deal. At this point, he's talking about. Because I always go to talking about the spectrum. He's on one end of it. On the other end of it is like Mr. Lucario and guys like that. That's the end of it he's talking about right now. You got to be constantly picking up women. You supposed to be smooth, and if you got a tight mouthpiece and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That dog on Mr. Lucario, but that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see some of what he's saying right now. I don't think that these guys suckers for love, but based on what he's saying right now and like how he's kind of talking about it, I'm gonna have to see what the rest of he's gonna say. I mean, like he's already kind of looking at it. They're being suckers for love, so maybe he thinks they're not taking precautions they should take or something like that. So let's get into it and see what he's gonna say.
Those aren't masculine missions. That's somewhat more of a beta mission. Now, I talk about me going to the junior college, but it ain't bragging. The junior college is just open and available to me. Okay, anyway, I just say enrollment is high. That's not bragging. A lot of women are enrolling themselves.
Yeah, no. The junior college thing is not bragging. It's definitely not bragging because, I mean, like I seen him mention that in a couple other videos, but he always mentions them needing their rent due or them having bills and him having to pay those bills, and I don't get down with that. That just ain't me. I'm not paying your bills to have sex with you. You know, if you like me and we've been talking for a while and you ask me for some help on something, I might do that like once. If it ain't gonna keep being there and there and there. No.
Voluntarily. And there's no victims, there's volunteers. But here's the blue pill conditioning for you, okay? You might say to me that you want to prove that love conquers all. Okay, go ahead. Now, everybody get their worksheet out. Everybody get their worksheet out. And I'm going to show you from a very pragmatic, logical position that your chasing love is something that ultimately is going to prevent you from getting what you really want.
So, okay, so he's saying blue pill guys are chasing love and they won't get what they want eventually, what they really want, because they're too busy looking for love. And I don't know, because like I said, I don't know the difference between all the pills. But to me, all these pill guys are too busy looking for other shit that they shouldn't be looking for, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and see what he's going to say.
And it's a backwards process to what you really want. Because you're so ineffective as a human being, you need another human being that is very fickle to actually build and create something for you. By the way, having a baby is not making you a man. That doesn't make you a man. Well, I want to make kids. Yeah, a lot of poor people make kids. and they depend on people who have a mission to support them. I want to have kids is not a masculine thing. Supporting and protecting them under any circumstance, now that's masculine.
That's kind of funny because you got to kind of have both of those there to want to do the second one. I mean, like, to want to protect and take care of your kids, you probably got to want them. That's just, see, some people be saying I be trying to disagree with this guy, just disagree. But it's not that. It's just that he says shit, and then it's like, in the next sentence he contradicts it. It's like, you can't. Those things don't exist in two different worlds. Those things exist together. You got to want the kids in order to be able to want to protect them and stuff like that. The reason why most guys don't do their kids right is because they didn't want the kids in the first place. So, I mean, like, and I don't think that has a lot to do with the blue pill guys, but let's just go ahead and keep saying what he's saying.
You understand what I'm saying? I can have many kids right now. It's very simple. All I got to do is leave it in at the right time in the calendar month, and I got kids. That don't make you a man.
Okay.
And that doesn't make you something that's going to complete your life. Are you ready to support them under any circumstances? Are you willing to fight tooth and nail? Are you willing to pay 2 and 3 times the worth of them? Are you willing to fight them under the feminist, gynocentric family court? Are you willing to do that? If you ain't willing to do that, stop. Stop it. Stop. Get some help. All right, blue pill conditioning right here. There's a lot of blue pills and purple pills in our world here. They're not as hardcore as we would make them to think. But you've been, step number 1 is you got to find a cure to loneliness. You got to find a cure to loneliness. This is how you're going to break your blue pill conditioning. You don't realize that most of the time that what you want is something that you have never had. So you're dealing with hope. I want a long-term woman who loves me for me, and we can guide and create and build and all of this stuff. This is almost has never happened to you in your life. So you're somewhere in your 30s, maybe your early 20s, and your 40s, and you've had a chance at love and it busted, you're divorced, and now you're here again telling me about the possible scenario. You sound like women out here. I'm going to find somebody that loves me for me. We build together. She's going to be beautiful. She's going to preserve her beauty. While beauty is fleeting, she's going to change and she's going to depreciate as an asset that only belongs to you and nobody never had her. Okay. Well, that sounds very ambitious. In our modern culture, that's really much of a unicorn situation. Okay, and you're going to have to invest and risk something very significant, which is your future earnings, and so forth and so on. At any particular point, she can pull the plug, and statistically, many women do, right? But you're lonely, you're alone, but you think you're lonely, and you're willing to trade that loneliness in for a box full of bullshit or what's behind door number 2. And many times that's where you get trapped. That's where you get trapped. So in order to break that, what I tell men to do is obviously start with the first 3 prescriptions of CGA. Get some exercise, eat some food, get some constant sleep. And if that's going to be your rock, if that's going to be your guiding principles, then you're not going to let anybody disrupt those. For instance, if a woman says, hey, I'm going to come over tonight, I'll be over there at 9:30. That's going to be a no based on your principles. No, we're not starting at 9:30. Why? Now, she's a night owl. She's going nowhere in life. She don't care about disrupting your flow. She doesn't care about you having to get up at 5:36 in the morning.
Okay, let me pause him right there. Why is this dude dealing with that? See, that's my point. That shouldn't even be around you. If your ass got principles and shit, somebody who ain't got principles shouldn't even be around you. I tell a man that or a woman that. And it just always seems that when this guy's talking and he's telling these scenarios, it's with women that you shouldn't even probably be around in the first damn place. First off, if you got a problem with loneliness, your ass can't be no type of leader. Because the leader is always going to be lonely. You see, guys want to lead. He keeps talking about leading a relationship. Don't let the woman lead you. But when you lead, you're going to be by yourself. If you want to get ready for loneliness, let me tell you that part right there. It doesn't matter what you lead. It's not even about leading a relationship with a woman. If you the manager at the job, your ass is by yourself at that job. You ain't got no friends. Unless it's the regional manager or one of the other managers come in. But while you there by your damn self, everybody else is underneath you. You got no friends. In that joker, you by yourself. This is the thing about being a leader. It's lonely at the top. If you go up there and you watch my doggone Red Pill Disney stories, I talk about it from the point of talking about the Lion King. That doggone, I broke it down to kitty stuff for people because the people don't want to understand when you're talking about, but I bet you talk about it from a kitty point of view, people to get it. Mufasa didn't have no friends. None. The leader rarely has friends. And if they got friends, it's other leaders. So if you want to talk about breaking loneliness, that's what guys need to get at it first. If you want to be the leader, you're going to be by yourself. All the other shit he talking about don't really matter. You just need to know if you're going to be the leader, you're going to be by yourself. It don't matter if you're leading women, soldiers, whatever. The leader going to be by themselves. Is lonely at the top. I know everybody's heard that doggone saying. Let's see what he got to say.
She's just going to bring her ass over at 9:30 and waste your time for an hour and 2 hours. And then you finally get some leg at 11:30, 12. And now you all messed up at 6 in the morning. And you don't eat. You don't get your exercise in. And you don't get your work in. Now you all thrown off again because you were lonely. Hey, what you doing? Text at 10:30. No, you're going to get no response. I don't reply to anybody after 10 p.m. Phones off, alert systems off, nothing. But you guys will give that up. Oh, I was just about to go to sleep, but I really need to get up early in the morning. I respond to the text, and now you've woken up. Now you're aware, and she just yanking your chain. I think I'm coming over. I think I'm not coming over. All right, what you think? Should I come over? Oh, yeah, you should come over. Just come over right now. Oh, I got to get up early in the morning. No, baby, come over. By the time she get over there, it's 11, 11:30, 12. She fucking you over.
You won't even have this problem if A, you're not dealing with gutter trash that don't understand what you got going on. That's the first thing. And 2, your ass is the leader. You shouldn't be lonely because you understand that the top is lonely. It should be just that simple. It shouldn't have to be all this stuff about what she's just doing this and all that. No. It should really be about, hey, look, I'm the leader. This shit at the top is lonely anyway. It is what it is. You want to deal with it that way. It'll be real easy. It'll be real easy once you understand it that way. It'll make you a better leader. Leaders don't blame their followers for them fucking up. You don't like it when your boss does it. You don't like it when somebody that's over you. No, you never liked it. Because leaders don't blame the follower when their boss is the one that fucked up. That's kind of what's going on right here, right now. You don't blame the leader, the follower. Because you don't want the woman to lead. You already said in the video earlier, he said it earlier, letting the woman lead, letting her do this. Okay, we don't want that. So if you're going to be the leader, that means she's the follower. And you can't blame the follower when you fucking up if you're the leader. I'm sorry. That's just how that is.
Nah, man, I'm going to sleep. If you want to come over, hit me up around 2 p.m., 2 in the afternoon. We'll make plans for your ass to come over at a honest hour, a proper hour, like 7:30. So I can get your ass out of the house by 9:30, be in the shower, be tucked in bed by 10. You ain't about to yank my chain and got me all waiting. You know they showing up late. I'll be over there at 11:30, 11:30, 12, 12:31. She finally show up. No. Dude, see, look, your loneliness needs to be cured by discipline, number one, and you need to be out here prioritizing your goals. You're not lonely. You ain't got no hobbies. You got no hobbies, gentlemen. What do you do for fun? Ask yourself this. Write it down. What do you do for fun? Now, hobbies are expensive. Hobbies are not meant to be cheap, but there are free things that you can participate in. You better find some damn hobbies. All right, you better find something to do with your life. Your life should not be guided around the principles of hooking up with women. What do you do for fun? You go play basketball? What do? You play video games. What do you do? Shoot firearms, build kites, fly kites, ride motorcycles. You better have 11 hobbies. I have so many hobbies that women are intimidated by my hobbies. What do you do? Well, I work a lot of hours, and then when I'm done, I go have fun, most of the time by myself. Okay? The hobbies that I do are quite dangerous, meaning you could catch a bullet if you're not paying attention. You could fall off a motorcycle. You could actually be in a car going 100 miles an hour, and you'll feel it in your belly.
You know what he sounds like to me? He sounds like one of those women that's always busy. You know, guys, y'all ever run into that? The busy chick? Yeah, see, that's why he got to pay women. Because when we run into the busy chick, nobody's interested in that. Or are we? Are we, guys? Are you really interested in the person that's so busy they ain't got time for you? You really interested in that? I don't think so, guys. But this is the type of stuff I'm putting out there to y'all. But see, I'm a loser and I'm this and that, and you're an upstart. It don't matter if I'm an upstart. The real is just the doggone real. You don't want to hear this from a chick. So what makes you think she want to hear it from you? I can tell you right now, this ain't gonna help. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wind up paying for booty like he gotta do. You're gonna have to go over there to the doggone junior college and be like, yeah, girl, I'll come through on the first to pay your doggone bills. Let me pay your rent, your tuition. Let me pay something so I can get in where I fit in. And you don't want to be that guy. But hey, you keep listening to this, that's what you're gonna be. Now I'm not disagreeing, disagree. I'm going over what he just said, and I'm talking about it and saying it. At this point now, because one guy tried to tell me I wasn't explaining why I didn't agree with him. Well, I did this time. I'm explaining it. You don't want to hear this job from a woman. This sounds like the busy chick. She busy. She always doing this, and this. She gonna get left alone. And if she come trying to get in, she gonna have to go ahead and just do what it do, and that's what happens with him too. He's right. It's not bragging about having to go to him going to that junior college. It's not, because he ain't just getting them women like that either. You have to pay, and everybody don't want to live like that. But here, let's go ahead and see what else he got to say.
Okay, we're going golfing. It's going to take hours and hours. And a lot of discipline and sacrifice. We're going to do something. Something's going to be in there. All right, but I'm not going to change my schedule around trying to be with you for hours and hours. Right? If you want to be with me, why don't you come do something that I'm doing already? I already have something planned. Let's go have dinner and sit around and you listen to my bullshit. Nope. I'm not dealing with that. But this is blue pill conditioning when you don't have anything to do. And if you can't afford your hobbies, probably do something to get to where you can afford your hobbies.
Okay, this is why that ain't gonna work. This is why that ain't gonna work. Because most of the hobbies that most guys have are part of things that women not gonna want to go on. See, he just said he named his motorcycle riding, probably shooting guns and stuff. Women don't want to be around that kind of junk. So you're going to be trying to get some... I don't see how he's helping the blue pill guys. You just sound like he's digging some more damn hole like he always does every time he starts talking. You ain't going to get nowhere with this type of shit, telling this to a woman. You're going to wind up paying like he has to do. Women don't want to play video games in most cases. So if that's one of your hobbies, they ain't going to want to do that. They might not like you. Gonna have to do some shit they want to do if you want to get them to go. And if you don't, then just then don't ask them. You got to realize that you're trying to build a relationship with a person. Now, maybe longer in your relationship, you can say shit like this, but early in it, hell no, because in most cases, you're gonna be the one that's initiating the relationship anyway. So you're gonna have to be trying to, hey, I gotta try to see the other person on their time, and then get them like me, and then go do some shit with me. But this right here ain't gonna work. But this is why he just pay up front. This is why I understand. Some of the guys that coming on my channel are trying to explain to me about paying up front, and I understand why y'all have to do it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be just paying a woman because you don't have to. Y'all have to pay because y'all not willing to do this step right here. And you're going to tell people they got to go do shit that like this. You're going to meet somebody new and tell them, well, fuck you. You got to do my shit. You can't really say that when you first meet the person. No matter who it is. No matter what kind of relationship it is. You know? When you went to go buy your car insurance, they didn't tell you that they was going to screw your ass over a couple of years later. When you was trying to make a claim. They said everything you wanted to hear and told you, oh, they'll fix all this. And then later on, they told you something different. When you went to go buy your house, it was the same thing. When you went to go buy your car, it was the same thing. They gave you a warranty, and then when you went back, they told you, oh, we don't want to cover that. You don't get in the damn door by telling somebody they're finna do the shit your way right now. That's not how you get somebody to give you something. It doesn't matter what it is, a fucking car, a fucking house. You know what? I'm finna just go ahead because I'm just, nah. Here we go. Let's see what else he talking about.
Right? That's a problem. Well, I can't afford to do nothing. You see where you should be focusing? That's where you should be focusing. You need to get to the point where you can spend more on your hobbies than you do on dating. You guys will throw away $250 on a date, $500 here and there, but they ain't got no money to do what you want.
Hell no. I don't know what he's talking about. You shouldn't be throwing away no $250 on a date. If you throwing that away on a date, that should be somebody you've been dating for a long time. That, you know what I'm saying, you're already good with. $30 or $40 is good enough to throw away on a date. 2 for $25 at doggone damn Chili's. That's enough. For him to be smack talking Bluepill, guys, he's talking a whole lot about a whole lot of money way too early in relationships. Shouldn't nobody be getting that kind of money out of you today. They've been with you for about 4 or 5 years. But let's go.
You want to do? You guys got your priorities all messed up. Yeah, somebody said read. Yeah. All right, the next thing you're going to do. So we got cure your loneliness. You're not lonely. How are you alone? But there's so many people out here that have common interests. You know what you want? You want a woman to lay up in between your legs. That's all you.
This guy right here just trying to bash these other people. But here's the whole deal. If you're a dude and you're lonely, you better get used to it because it's lonely at the top. If you intend on being the head lion, you want to be Mufasa, you're going to be by yourself. Now, if you want to be like Scar, go find you some hyenas. They'll hang out with you. But the leader is always by themselves. This ain't going to matter no matter what type of leadership role you get into in life. It's gonna be by yourself. Nobody's friends with the doggone boss. Shouldn't be. The boss shouldn't be being friends with nobody. You shouldn't be, because you their boss. You're not their friend. You their boss. Leadership is always that's always a standoff, one by yourself thing. So if you want to fix loneliness, that's what you need to know.
You want, guys, you can buy that for you can lease that for very small fee. What you want is the bus. That's what you want. But you'll often trade BS in order to get that. How many women are not bringing? Okay, let me just say this, and I don't mean this as a thing against women. How many women that you invite in your life is not bringing BS? How many women in your life is not bringing BS at some particular point? You're going to deal with something. This is just the nature of it.
Well, it's just the nature of people, actually. Because this is BS what he's saying. So, and I'm watching it, so I invited that into my life. And you talking BS. So the whole thing of it is you're gonna get BS from people in general. So this is one of the problems that women have. Here's another thing too. Like, see, I can go back to all these problems that these so pill guys have. A problem that women that complain about men have. Okay, everybody's on BS from another person's point of view. From my point of view, he's on BS, and from his point of view, I be on BS. But the whole thing of it is can you get them two people to sit down and talk in the room and be cool with it, just be human beings, and just say it, and that's one thing. That's what's gonna go on in your relationship shit. Everybody gonna get on BS. When you the leader, you gonna deal with the BS. The end goal of this junk is for the guy to be the leader. Guys want to be the leader, but see, you can't deal with BS, then you can't be the leader. That's just the truth. You can't do that on a job. It's going to be BS on that job. And it's going to be BSing employees. It's BSing, and you got to deal with that. The bottom line of this shit is leadership. And a lot of guys don't want to admit to that. And that's why you keep saying stuff like this. But let's go ahead and see what old boy finna say. Let's see what else he got to say.
Once you deal with them over a long period of time, they're going to bring some BS, right? You just traded that because you were lonely. And you had it good, but you didn't realize you had it good, you weren't dealing with BS. And then you finally got her because you were lonely, and then here come the BS. It's just going to be a thing, and you traded that. You had a winning formula. Okay. Yeah, even moms bring BS. You know what I mean? And you have to set your mom straight. You're like, look, mom, you about that BS. Yep, the law of diminishing returns.
I think that this guy just thinks that women are on BS, period. And it doesn't sound, I mean, like, he ain't even talking about his mama. He didn't give a fuck about his mama. His mama, same shit. Hey. But I'm just disagreeing with this guy for no reason, huh? Nah. Look, y'all. People gonna be on BS. If you do business, you're gonna deal with people that's on BS. If you do anything in life, you're gonna deal with people that's on BS. If you got anything going on, period, you're gonna deal with some BS. That's what makes you be the leader. If you can't deal with the BS, you can't be the leader. That's why these guys are paying. That's why when you get on this end of the spectrum, like the Coach Ray Gathering type guys, they want to pay up front. That's why they're paying. They don't have the ability to be able to adapt to people and cope with life. They call that BS and they don't want to deal with it. So they pay to not have to deal with it. And that is okay. You know, that's how they want to do it. It's not how I'm going to do it. And when you can avoid that, I would try to avoid it.
At first, actually, they have funny TikTok videos. First month of dating, first day of dating, first month of dating, 6 months in, and a year. You know what's up. And this isn't nihilism. When you think about what I'm saying, look at your track record first. Not only that, look around you. Look around you. Look around you. Use your own data to look at what's happening out here. Even people in relationships are not absent of bullshits. Never look at these social media couples. Oh, they got it together. You don't know what people are battling behind closed doors. Okay. Anyway, the next thing you're going to do is pay attention to drip campaigns. Okay. We often talk about grifters on the internet. We gotta have the ability to sell, because this is how we keep and support our show and our programming. Mm-hmm. We don't have commercials and big companies that are giving us money as of yet. So we do have to get the support of the people who watch. Now, here's the thing. Most of the message...
Except for me. Okay? Now, I'm already kind of pretty much straight. So I just want my subscribers. That's it. But because here's the thing too, when you got to get the support of people, you got to say certain things. And see, I just say what I want to say, or I say what I think is the real. So we'll roll with that one.
Messages that you get and you've gotten since you were very young have been part of a drip campaign that is full of messages that have got you to this situation. It got you to these ideals. Some of these were to protect you. Some of these were to give you hope. Some of these were constructed around building communities. Most of it was fairy tale and fantasy. If you believe that these movies are somewhat movies and music is somewhat a realistic portrayal of what should happen, just look at the musician and the actors and the actresses themselves. Most of the time, the people who play these roles, their lives are catastrophes when it comes to measuring themselves against the roles they play. For example, Jennifer Lopez is an absolute dumpster fire when it comes to playing in real life what she portrays on movies. Dumpster fire. She's been married and engaged more times than you can count on one hand. But on the movie, she plays opposite that. Now, you don't look at her real life, you look at what possibly can be. Same thing with commercials, music. Look at some of these musicians. Many of them have been skittled in a reading rainbow, but you believe them. Many of them have had dumpster fires of relationships, marriages, divorce multiple times, drug habits, prostitutes, and so forth and so on, but you believe they're in love. Okay. When their music comes on, you're somehow influenced by it. I'm willing to recognize that, and I see it for what it is. Same thing as the people.
You know, and this guy can't really talk when you say you had a divorce and you was all this and that, and you see what I'm saying? Your life wasn't perfect either. Nobody's life is going to be perfect. Nobody's life is going to be perfect. Mine isn't either. My life's not perfect. But if you're going to talk about other people's life not being perfect, maybe yours should be first. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, like, shit, I admit my shit. I'm just saying that my life ain't perfect either. That's why I can come on here and talk about some of this stuff, because I've been through a lot of it and seen it myself and be like, okay, well, and a lot of times I probably could have just done something better. That's what could have happened a lot of the times. Just could have been doing something better. Now, he don't say stuff like that, you know, but it is what it is. And you talking about how these other people, they getting divorced, and then you got one too. I mean, I got one. So, I mean, like, can we talk about them? No. Pot can't call the kettle black. So, I mean, it's kind of bad to use these people as an example if you ain't picture perfect already yourself. That's just my opinion.
These TV shows that you watch, that you're somehow addicted to. Oh, coach, you got to watch these shows. You guys know that television shows are basically formatted to sell you something. And that formatting is to run commercials against it, because you get mad at me for grifting, but you accept grifting from watching television. Television shows have all kind of messages to influence you, and they're often built around commercials.
Well, I think what he's misunderstanding is people expect, you know what I'm saying, big media to try to take advantage of them. They come to people like this guy and you know, and me, and watch the stuff because they're thinking that you're just going to keep it real. Man, I think he's misunderstanding that. You know, like he explained a lot of stuff today that just don't make no sense. He goes back on what he's saying a lot, you know, and he does it in the same sentences and the same talking. So, I mean, you know, he's like, people get mad. It's not that they get mad at you about it. It's just like, you know, hey, homie, you know, you practice what you preach, I guess. Because sometimes you preach one thing and then you say another thing, and then it's like, okay, but you do this. And it's like, all right, you know, okay.
That push a certain message. You got to realize what the message is. What is the message that they're trying to send here? Like the Super Bowl is nothing but a game that is centered around, right, commercials and all of this shit. They figured that out. And they drip this to you over years and years, so much so that if I come to debunk any of these ideas, or I point it out to be mythology, and I have you look at your own personal track record, look at your own personal track record. If I do this, you asking me what's the problem, right? This is the thing. This is what's happening here. Now, I recognize what a drip campaign is. I study marketing, sports marketing. I studied all kinds of marketing. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, I'll just give you an example here. An example would be if you went to actually, I had a person that worked in marketing. I know a person that works in marketing. And they used to go to photo shoots for food. Photo shoots for food. The photo shoots for food, they would actually have a food artist create the imagery of the food for the commercials and for photos, right? The grapes would be extra watery and juicy, plump. There will be no blemishes on them. The fast food, the burger will be extra plump. Leaning up, they would put toothpicks and all kind of shit in the back to prop the burger up. The cheese would be melted just perfectly crispy. Right? Then your ass take it to the damn, you go to wherever they're selling this shit, it don't look nothing like it. Okay? Now, but you guys figure it out. But you don't realize over decades, they've actually teased you with these imageries. That's called a drip campaign. So that every now and then, when you show up to the McDonald's and you get the fish fillet or the fillet of fish, you hope that it looks like, just every once in a while, that it looks like the one in the commercial. And 9 times out of 10, you open the box, god dang, the filet all to the side, cheese all not melted, sauce dripping out the side. As soon as you bite it, French fries ain't plump, nothing. And you get fooled. Again, yet again. But they actually spent millions of dollars to get your monkey ass in there. The food don't taste that good. Probably not that good for you. But you hope.
Get your monkey ass in there, huh? Hey, look, once again, I think he's misunderstanding that people expect this from big companies. They expect them to be bull jiving and bullshitting. They just don't expect it from people that's normal. That's why he was saying earlier, like, when people get mad at me for this, they really don't get mad, I think, but it's just that they probably was expecting something a little bit more from seeing this guy. So you know, a lot of the people that watch him, they're probably expecting a lot more, but then they don't get that. But you know, hey,
that's the filet of fish sitting up nice, right? You hope the Kentucky Fried Chicken, the chicken is cooked thoroughly and the skin is all crispy and all that shit. Meanwhile, it ain't no crispy ass skin. That's an example of, yes, you've been the psychological commercial warfare, consumer warfare used against you, right? That's called a drip campaign. But then when I get up here and say, you know, I have another channel, now I'm drifting. When you live your life by commercials. But it's all right. It's all right. And you live your life by hope. And I'm sitting there like, I don't want to. All right. The next thing. So we got cure your loneliness, pay attention to drip campaigns, and determine what the message is. This show is sponsored by Pfizer. Do you know that not only is the show sponsored by Pfizer, that they're probably going to interweave that into the context of the show? They don't just support the commercial. They're going to interweave that shit in the show. Yeah, this is too much for y'all. It's too much. The next thing that you need to do to break your blue pill conditioning is stop living in the past. All right, I can't tell you how much of a blue pill you are. If any part of your life is reflecting on what we need to change, really like about the past, right? So,
wait a minute. So a guy that's always talking about marriage and divorce and shit based on his own personal experience is telling people to stop dwelling on the past. That's what we got going on right here. Just throwing that out there. I'm just saying, how is he gonna school these blue pill guys and tell them to stop dwelling on the past when that's what you do? If I dwelled on all my past relationships, I probably would watch this guy myself. I don't dwell on that junk. But okay, let's see what you got to say.
So I kind of talked about this a lot. I love history. I will reference the past, but I'm typically, you would hear me talk about the future. Most of any time you hear me talk about, I live in the future. I live in 2030. I predict something in the future based on current events. I'm always like current or in the future. Every now and then I'll go back to the past. Now there's been past shit that has hurt me, hurt my people, hurt people who look like me, and so forth and so on. But that shit is in the past, bro. There's nothing I can do about that. This is why I look at therapy and unpacking shit. And 15 years ago and 13 years ago, you sitting back worrying about the past. I'm like, can we move forward? Where you're moving forward on a bad foundation. Look, man, I can't change none of that shit. I can't change it. I can't change. Yeah, somebody said I was supposed to go D1. Well, you missed your scholarship. Don't calculate what you could have had. Don't calculate what you could have had. Can you move forward? Y'all be living way back here.
Okay, so hey, I thought he was gonna school some blue pill guys today, but I don't think he schooled nobody. Kind of just talked redundantly and said a bunch of other stuff, and really kind of, I mean, like as far as the loneliness thing, dude is lonely at the top. I don't care if it's a woman watching this. It don't matter who it is. You get yourself into a leadership position, it's going to be lonely at the top. There ain't nothing that can be done about that. That is the way things are. Stop dwelling on the past. Well, I don't think this guy can really tell nobody that, because I mean, like, you know, you going off your personal experience about divorce and you tell everybody how you feel about marriage and you dwelling on that and shit. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he schooled no blue pill guys today like he was trying to do. I don't think he did. You know. This is just another video made in the manosphere to entice this group or that group, do whatever and whatnot. I guess I don't know, because to me that wasn't no kind of schooling, especially as far as the loneliness thing. Because if you lonely and you plan on being the boss or the leader, you might want to get used to that off of that principle. That's not based on what somebody else gonna be doing, because the girl's the woman you dating gonna be BSing. I'm pretty sure women, they think that the men they date them BSing. Okay, either way it goes, your employee's gonna be BSing. The people that you meet every day in life gonna be BSing. If you're trying to get away from BS, you might want to quit your job and just go sit at your house and, well, you know, because then the bill people going to come and they're going to be on that BS. I mean, you ain't getting away from no BS. You ain't. It's not because they're women, it's because it's fucking people. People be on BS. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all hit the subscribe button for me if y'all, you know, think I'm about right or whatever. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and get this one out there. It's been Tarzan, go hard, go home. Peace, y'all.